Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup review. As I mentioned in my Sephora haul, I was going to do a review on the Tarte Precious Gems Amazonian Clay Cheek Palette, which is what I am doing today. It's going to be a first impressions review since I have been trying not to touch this ever since I picked it up. But I am very glad we are finally filming this video so that I can start using this. So yeah, if you're interested in knowing my first impressions, thoughts on this palette, see some swatches and just have fun with makeup, then definitely keep on watching. Alright, so starting off with the packaging, this is what it looks like. Sorry for the glare of my lights, but this is what the cardboard looks like. And then on the back we have all of the shades and some additional information. Then once we open it up, the actual palette itself looks like this, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I have a habit of picking up Tarte blush palettes every single year, and I feel like for the first time it is not too bulky. It is very sleek. I absolutely love the design of this like gemstone packaging. And then when you open it up, this is what it looks like. So we have a big mirror and then a little plastic that says the Blush Authority. And then these are the shades on the inside. So we get 5 blushes and 1 bronzer. The blushes are all limited edition, especially made for this palette. And then the bronzer is one that they have in their regular collection. It is called the Park Ave Princess Bronzer, which I think I have tried out years ago, but honestly I can't remember. So this retails for 41 euros. I would have to look up how much it is in dollars. But I will link it down below, and it has a 92 euro value. Now about that value, I don't know. That's a bit exaggerated, but it is a good deal for all of these blushes and bronzer. So yeah, these are all, I'm just looking up on the website, these are all travel size blushes and the best-selling Park Ave Princess bronzer. 4 matte and 1 luminous finish, super soft silky powder, buildable coverage, infused with the Amazonian clay for 12-hour long wear results. It is waterproof, dermatologically tested, and vegan. Also formulated without parabens, mineral oils, and all of the bad stuff. So I'm going to insert some swatches now of what these shades look like swatched. But the first shade we have here is Polished, which is a matte peach. Next up we have Refined, which is a matte pink shade. Then we have Facet, is how you pronounce it, I think, which is a matte berry shade. Then we have Gemstone, which is a luminous peachy pink. And then we have Luxe, which is a matte rose shade. And then lastly, we have the Park Ave Princess Bronzer, which is a glowy bronzer. So now that we have gone through all of the specs and deeds of the palette, we are going to apply it. So I'm not wearing any blush or bronzer right now, just a little bit of contour. So I'm going to start off with the Park Ave Princess Bronzer. To apply this, I'm using my Zoeva 90 Luxe Grand Powder. I'm just going to dip it in and let's see what that looks like. It is a very subtle bronzer, so I'm just going to deepen that up just a little bit. That does look really pretty. Adding a little bit on my forehead as well. Right, so this is the side with bronzer, and then here is the side without. So you can definitely see that it warmed up my face beautifully. It has a very subtle sheen to it. It's not glittery whatsoever, and it is just a beautiful like medium toned bronzer, I would say. It's a little bit on the more warmer side, but definitely not too warm. Yeah, I really like that. So applying it on this side of my face. Alright, I take that back. It is definitely a warm tone bronzer. Very buildable, so you could go for a more subtle look or definitely build it up like I did now. Alright, so far so good. I absolutely love this shade. And also the formula is amazing. It's not patchy, it blends really easily. I really like that. So for blush, I'm debating if I am going to use a Luxe or Polished. Maybe we can do one on each side and then even it out later. So starting off with the shade Polished right here, this one, I'm going to apply that with my Morphe M556 brush. Applying it on this side of my face. These are more on the sheer side, which I absolutely love because I hate when I have to be careful with blush. I prefer it to be a little bit more buildable, so I'm going to add a little bit more just for the sake of this video. That's a beautiful shade. So this is the shade Polished on this side. Then on the other side, I'm going to apply the shade Luxe, this one right here. All right, so Luxe is definitely more like rose toned and Polished is definitely more peachy toned, as you can see, but they are very close in shade. I mean, if I would go out like this, I don't think anyone would be like, girl, you're wearing two different blushes. So I think these three shades right here are very close in color. The only difference is some of them turn more peachy, others turn more rose, and then this one has a subtle sheen. But aside from that, these are all very neutral shades. There's not a lot of depth in this palette. So if you are buying this palette to really build up your blush collection, I don't think this is for you. But someone like me that has a ton of blushes and prefers a more like neutral blush, this is right up my alley. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Polished on this side just to even it out. Alright, I definitely am wearing enough blush. Alright, so now I'm going to finish up the rest of my makeup, do my eyes, my lips, highlight and everything like that, and I will be right back to give you guys my final thoughts on the palette. Alright, I am back. Makeup is all done. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing the Too Faced Christmas collection on my eyes. If it is up already, I will link the video down below or here somewhere. But yeah, I'm here to give you guys my final thoughts on this palette. Honestly, I personally think it is worth the money. I love the formula of the Amazonian clay blushes. I love all the shades that come in this palette. But again, as I mentioned, if you're looking for more depth in your collection of blushes, then this may be not for you. These are all pretty neutral shades, except for maybe Facet right here and maybe Refined. These are all pretty neutral, but honestly, that is what I love about this palette. So if you are like me, then definitely pick it up. The quality is amazing, and I think for the price, these are pretty good. So yeah, so for my thoughts on the palette, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you've tried this palette, definitely let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm very curious to know if you are thinking the exact same as me. But yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I love you, and I'll see you all in the next one. Mwah. Bye guys.